Alright, since you guys want to be children, specifically Nico, we are live here at Wallerfield, one of the crown jewels of Trinidad, the only racetrack on the island. However, there is, of course, the Great Race, a couple of other motorsport events, as well as Rally in the island Trinidad. Probably one of the biggest islands if you're into racing. It's got just about everything. T7 Jake will be our pace car driver. As you can see, there's quite a few cars compared to the last running at Wallerfield. That being said, yellow flag's out. If all the pace cars, someone sleeps, you can pass them. So if someone is sleeping, you can pass them. It does not matter. This is a pace lap for half a pace lap. Jake, you can pull it off the drag strip. Everyone else hold pace. We'll be going green in just a second. There's going to be 5-minute pack lead rules. Most likely Gohan will be the one leading us off in the Crake racing machine. Alright, green flag. We start as soon as the car crosses the start finish line. I believe there's no laps on the board. If not, then I'm going to give us an extra minute. Yeah, we're good. Alright, that should do it for photos. Anyways, pack lead is currently Gohan. However, Nikolaz is having set the fastest lap time. He's got a purple sector 1. Making his way out of the final turn, home track advantage to Nikolaz. 4 minutes left on the clock. Making our way through the start-finish line. Gohan takes back the pole position. Jen is going to overtake as well. However, Nico with a heater of a lap as well. Our top three, very competitive here. But all the way up to 4th place, everyone within a second of each other. Now Gohan on a purple sector 1. Into the final turn we go, the braking point. Our pack leader, Gohan 131, makes his way out of the final turn. Down the front stretch he goes. Gonna cross the start-finish line, and it is a 30.608, the fastest we've seen in any MITS car this weekend. Nico odds with a good exit, but he's gonna go too hot into it. Hope no one confuses that for brain rot. Louis wanting a teleport. We will teleport you to wherever. Just all right. I don't take the silver car. Just take the silver car. 05. Just get on your way. We'll be clearing the extra cars as we go on. But back to the action. We are halfway done with this qualifying session. There's a car on track. But I think it's a white and black one. I was trying to figure out who that was. They're about to follow a lap down here. I'm going to put a few names up. As a new driver, Mr. Drag Racer. New to racing here. They're about 5 seconds off pace. Gohan, anyways, clearing off his 5th lap. Now, this is a very short track. One of the good things about these shorter race tracks, especially tracks of this size, it's short enough to where, as long as you... Oh, Shibe's in game too. As long as you hold yourself together, I mean, you'll stay close. It's basically a short track, like an oval, with a couple of right turns in the midst. However, unlike when we ran a Hoosier, another really short road course, we're not going to be running those yellow rules for spins. This track is just long enough to not need that. You have a little bit of time left to get laps in. Can be a little bit of a last minute rush, but can work. Gohan now with, I believe, 3 more laps to go. So he makes his way down into the first turn. Out from turn 1 through the S's now. How's the board looking? Looks like Nico's been knocked into 4th place. Twin Triple V sits, starting to climb up the ladder. Air's now to top 5. Muffin in 6th. Best 5 and 7th. Jake in 8th. I believe Jake has taken over his MITS car for the qualifying session. So we have a bit under a minute left under the clock. As here is Gohan now clearing Aqua car to put them a lap down. Just shows how short of a track this is. One of those things about these shorter tracks is that it's really easy to fall 1 lap down. However, of course, if there's any caution for any reason, these tires could flip a car. That could change things around, and you get your lap back. You get another shot at it. So, every caution is going to be 1 lap back here. Now, Gohan makes his way down the front stretch, and looks like we're going to be seeing the white flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Did I ask? I can't see what it is, but we are on the white flag. So, Shibe's going to disconnect. So Shibe will have to start from the rear. Meanwhile, Gohan making his way out of the final turn. Twin is taking pole. Can Gohan fight or anything here? I don't think so. Makes his way down the front stretch. Checkers are out. Gohan is done. Alright. Everyone else keep on making their way through. Please make your way into the pit lane now. Alright, that is it, folks. We are going to now get onto the race in just a few short minutes. And Shibe is disconnected. I'll drive his car inside for him. If you guys could line up in the order, please press Z for zebra. If you guys want to see what your lap times are, that could help us line out. Please make your way to the track exit. If you are in the back, please don't go all the way up to the front. Just let people go in front of you. So order is going to be as follows. Twin Triple V sits. If we have Twin up here, behind him is Gohan. Behind him in 3rd place is the Thek Marlboro machine. If we give each other a little bit of space between cars, please don't be bumper to bumper. Please give each other like half a car length. Yeah, like that. Like how the top 3 are lined up. Can you guys try to replicate that? For everyone else behind, half a car like Nico. I would say more, however, we're going to try to be understanding. Once you guys are lined up, if you guys can turn your engines off and hop out of your cars. Air's just going to be in 5th. Sits is Muffin. 7th is going to go to A24BB, best 5s. Lewis doesn't know how to check a fucking... So... I'm going to move your car back a little bit. So you guys can hop out of your cars once you've lined up. This is also an AFK check to make sure that everyone is not AFK once we get the call. That's why we do this. We'll be turning engines off. Again, everyone please turn your cars off. Aqua, yeah, move up 1 spot but go back behind the bumper of that car. And please hop out of your car and turn the engine off. We're going to be clearing out all the extra cars that are not qualifiers. Press F to turn it off. So let me get the extra cars deleted for the sake of our lag. I don't think there's any sign of Shibe coming back, but I'll leave his car for now. But meanwhile, I'm going to clear out whatever I can. You can also press Control to check the lap times, by the way. We're going to keep that board up for a little bit. I'll try to see if Jake can stay unmuted, so you can if one of you guys can remind me to clear the board once we're all pacing as we should. I just wanted to make sure that the positions are correct for the first lap or 2. We're going to be doing 2 laps of pacing, so that's going to be relatively short. First lap is just a system check. The second one is the one to prepare. And this time by Jake, instead of going off the track, you will go into the pit lane. And you'll use the track exit as your entry once we go yellow. You'll wait for the car to hit turn 1, and then that's when it'll get going. Alright, all these cars are deleted. We're going to get rid of the micros. We do not want the micros on track. They also are not needed. We got our flagman, Fellow 04, who we will be unmuting. And unfortunately, our pace car is not going to get the love it deserves. Alright. That should do it for all that. Watch Fella. Fella's good. Let me unmute our drivers. We will be playing the Trinidad Anthem in just a short bit. Let me remind everyone to join the VC. I believe there might be a couple drivers that are not in the VC that need to be in it. I will meanwhile post the SLC Anthem, but we will be doing the Trini Anthem in just a few short minutes. Not even a minute, it's like probably a minute. I just want to make sure everything is set. So you gotta check race announcements. You'll see the anthem. Jake, I believe you can unmute yourself. Fella's not here for some reason. But yeah, all right.
I'm looking chat.
Look in chat. Okay. You're just gonna cut the. That's a good idea, Jake. All right. So remember that once we go green, you guys aren't going to be allowed to pass the car until you cross the start-finish line. Once you pass there, it's free game. Please make an effort. If you're called, you'll be called to give up the spots. You keep on running. Eventually, you might get a time penalty. If it's a huge jump, we might call it the start and you'll be sent to the rear. So don't be that guy. So we're getting the Trinidad Anthem up and ready. Thank you guys for your patience. So, we'll be putting the anthem up. If you guys can be respectful, it would be greatly appreciated. Drivers, start your engines. Let's put that flag out of the way. We're back into our action here. So, everyone is in their cars. I don't think Shive's going to be here, so I'm going to leave his car to make sure we have as little lag as possible. Go when the car ahead of you goes. That being said, yellow flag is out. Please go when the car ahead of you goes. We're doing a pretty good job for now. Give them space. Our cars are now out on the racetrack. And from the back to the front, we'll count them through. Mr. Drag Racer 59 on his first race in the white and black car. Aqua car is going to be in the red car with white stripes. That is, I believe, 10th place, or 9th place. Ahead of them is Lewis in the 005 silver and black car. In the blue and white car, we have Best Vibes. That is, I believe, if I could count, that looks to be 8th place, 7th place. 6th place is Muffin. So Muffin in 6th place in the HKS machine. Got one more lap, I believe, of pacing here, so stay patient. In 5th place, Eris Netta taking up the MS Auto machine. Fourth place, just shy of the podium on his home track, Nikolau's in the 95 machine. The Thek Marlboro car is going to be the first car on the podium. That is driven by Jen. Second place is Gohan 131 in the other Marlboro style scheme. Our pole sitter's twin turbo V6. Jake, if you can pull it off here. Again, prepare yourselves to go green. We'll be going green on this front stretch next time by. Remember not to pass car until you cross the start-finish line. We're going to be clearing the board. Hopes for a quick time. Jake, if you could pull it off. Hold your pace, everyone. 60 miles an hour in the front. Don't pass Muffin. Watch the lights. Green flag. No jumps to call. Into turn number 1, it's going to be twin triple V6, but meanwhile, side by side between the two Marlboro style cars, Jen to the inside, Gohan round the outside. There's going to be a 30 cut limit here for today's race. I hope none of you guys got any cuts in the pacing period, but if you did, hopefully you have evidence you didn't, if that comes up. Jen gets a little bit loose off the final turn. Gohan's going to get out of it, and he will stay in the second place spot for now. Nikolau's, meanwhile, in the fourth place position. Again, at all efforts, Nikolau's probably trying his absolute damnedest to get up there to the front. Gohan's closing in on our leader. Gohan, twin triple V sits into the final turn. About 0.3 of a second gap between first and second. Jen not far behind, but Twin's going to clip the wall. Here comes Gohan for the lead. Gohan making the move. As they make the way through the S's, Jen looking to meanwhile capitalize on that horrible first turn exit. He'll take out the second place spot. He's going to take a wide line around the inside. Here comes twin triple V6. Gohan, I think, might have clipped the wall. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like he's lost much speed. Twin side by side for the second place position at the front of the field. Jen into the braking point. Twin is going to go slower, faster on the exit, but it's not going to work as well. Jen holding off the second place spot for now. Nikolau's, look at his lips, looking for that podium position. Making our way into the final turn. Jen actually closing in on the lead too. Might we be seeing a Thek 57 at the front of the field? I don't think I've ever seen Jen win an SLC race beyond the UD days. He's an old-time racer. We're also going to ask you guys to stay out the grass on the front stretch. That is a warning to Jen for track extending intentionally. You guys know not to do that, so on a completely straight road, we will start passing out warnings and then penalties. The penalty will be a 10-second time penalty, so don't be that guy. So, for people to please try to stay on the racing surface from here on. Guys, see smoke, you'll get a warning from this point on. Or dust. So, it's easy not to extend. So, just a forewarning. Anyways, Jen having to hold off a very aggressive 32 Lotus machine right behind him. Make her way out down the front straight. Gohan, that is your first warning for track extension. I said not to go on to get off the racing surface, and you did, and that is going to follow suit for anyone else that decides to do the same thing. So, I will be fair, but I will, however, be enforceful. So, we make our way down the front straight again into the braking point. And it looks like Twins caught up a little bit here to Jen. How about in the 5th and 6th place spot, Arisnetta and Muffin. They've maintained about a fair gap between each other, about half the track length behind. So back up front, only about 2 or 3 car lengths separating second and third. They're about to overlap Aqua Car and they do in fact put them a lap down into the braking point. Twin is going to go down the inside, a crossover move, side by side for that second place spot. Now into the final turn, we close in. Next time by will be in lap 9 out of 35. This is a very short race, however, it is a bit longer than the average MITS car race. I believe this is about a 18-minute long race, 20-minute long race, especially with cautions. Twin doing a good job now. He's made the move on Jen. He's got a job to hold him off. Nicolas behind in the 4th place spot. Might be able to collect a podium if these two keep on bowing the way they have been. Into turn number 1. Twin getting a very good exit there on Jen in the 57 machine. Again, our top 4 all within 5 seconds of each other. However, Gohan's been doing a great job outrunning his competition. Makes his way into the final turn. Jen with a good looking exit on Twin. Can he carry the speed? That might have been a bit of a lag spike situation there, actually. See if there's any close battles going on throughout the field. Mucus is there. It's Lewis about to pass. Yeah, Lewis for the top sits just behind the leaders. The leaders closing in to potentially put these two down lap, but here's Lewis down the inside. Lewis has been a relatively good driver at times. This might be one of their first couple of MITS car races. They're looking up to a couple of the veterans to show them what he's got. He's going to have to do better if he wants to make that move past him, though. Now Jen and Nico. Jen having to fight for the podium now. They had a shot almost for the lead earlier on in the race, but Nico is showing that he wants that podium. He's fighting very hard for it. Attacking the rear bumper wherever he can. We are closing in soon to the halfway point of today's race. He's still got about 3 or 4 more laps till that point. However, side by side for the podium position into turn number 1. Nicolas making the move. He will clear him, but Jen's going to clip the wall. Nicolas secures his podium spot. Arisnetta, meanwhile, side by side with Muffin for position. They're going to make their way through the lap car. Side by side, they go 3 wide down the front straight into turn number 1. Aris down the inside. She'll hit the barrier. She's going to lose that spot. How about behind between Jen and Nico? Some mistake has been made by Jen. Nico outsides. Slid into the 3rd place spot. We saw that last lap. That's allowing Nico now this lap to outrun him a little bit. So our cars are closing in on the rest of the field. I believe we are really close to halfway. Halfway would be lap 18, lap 17. So there's Lewis and Aqua Car. Aqua Car is a lap behind Lewis, but Lewis is about to be put a lap down here. Again, one of the faults of these shorter tracks is that when the leaders are really fast, they can pass the rest of the field really quickly. However, I wouldn't exactly say that's entirely the case. The top 4 has been doing a really good job getting as close as it can. Nikolaj is making his way through. Jen is going to flash up his high beams like a BMW driver down the S's. Continues to do them. Well, Nico seems to be out of the range of the lights. I don't think he's going to really be too worried about that. Aqua Car, however, is going to get passed by Nikolaj as we put 2 laps down here. Into turn number 1, there's Lewis about to fall a lap down. There's falling a lap down to Gohan. She's backed off from her little attack on Muffin. But Muffin's about to fall a lap down too. Again, just one of the faults of these really short racetracks. It's just how quickly cars get lapped. You just gotta really be on it or else you're just gonna fall back. Really, I believe the closest battle is either the one between Eris and Muffin or Nico and Jen. I think so far it's definitely Eris and Muffin. A little bit of a resurgency in that effort. I believe a little bit of a distraction there after falling a lap down for Muffin. It's definitely aided Eris. So this time by, we are now 20 laps into the race, 15 laps to go. Nikolaj side by side with the car. That is the lap car of Lewis. He's currently in that battle, almost that little group between Eris and Muffin. So if either the two of them make any big mistakes, they'll be having to deal with it. And Eris has made some big mistakes. She's lost a lot of time. Lewis, with a chance of position of the 6th place spot. Only a couple car lengths behind. The gap now between these two closer than that of Nico and Jen. Eris drifts through turn 1. As they make the way through the S's, Nikolaj's doing a pretty good job holding himself together. Might be able to climb up that ladder into 2nd, judging by how Twin's been looking. It looks like Twin's been a little bit less consistent than Nikolaj, as Nikolaj has actually taken home the top time of the day so far. Quick time 30.557. There really isn't flags here, fella. You kind of just gotta wing it yourself. Yeah. Here's Eris and Muffin. Some mistake made by Muffin. We might be seeing a 3-car battle. I'm not sure what happened to Muffin there. Most likely clipped the wall of turn 1. You're right up there, and that's a bad turn to take wrong. He does it again. She does it again. Here comes Eris, clearing them through the S's. And Eris has made her way up back into the top 5. 4th place is also in the MITS. However, they're a lap ahead of them. They're really off in their own world for this current time. Muffin is still fighting back where they can. Only a car length separating themselves from Eris. Now into the braking point a little bit more, but Muffin is hotter onto the brakes. Down the inside, they're going to clear Eris. What a move by Muffin. Is that going to stick for now, though? I really can't say for certain. So this lap by, we got 10 laps to go. We're in the final 10 of this feature with the MITS cars. There might be something going on back. No, there's not. That's another lap car. Definitely one of the best battles of the day has been the one between Eris and Muffin. Muffin gets a better exit than Eris. Eris almost going into the barriers, but she's held herself together pretty well. And meanwhile, Nico is coming home to a top 3. Now, we don't really have a podium here. I don't know if Nico has one. But once this race is done, if we get everyone to the pits once this race finishes, it's set for the top 3. The top 3 can line up on the front straight. That's probably how we're going to do this. In a lot of aspects, this track is basically a short track with right turns in it. Again, not too unfamiliar with Hoosier Speedway and a couple of the other tracks we've ran in the past. It's a little bit smaller than Gyoa, which also tends to have the same issues. That's something very unique about this place. As Nico's going to drift it through the S's. But he's done a very good job here. Holds off for a podium. Meanwhile, Eris makes the move on Muffin. I believe a big mistake there made on turn 1. Eris is going to go a little bit wider, a little bit slower. She does a fast entry, slow exit. It's kind of one of Eris's hallmark moves. Just overall, just being very fast on entry and slow on exits. Sometimes it does work for her pretty well, though. As there's Niklaus with some big issue. He's lost a lot of pace, and I think he's lost his spot. Uh-oh. I'm not quite sure what happened there. We'll be talking to him on the interview. It had a crash. That was unfortunately off camera. I was watching the battle between Eris and Niklaus. So unfortunately for the countryman, this is not going to go the way he wants to. Still not impossible, but it's going to be really difficult to catch up to Jen at this point. Eris, meanwhile, still battling out with Muffin. Tooth on tooth here. Eris going to do a dive bomb. She's going to lose a lot of that exit speed. 5 laps to go. So our flagman waving his 5 fingers out on track. Eris Netta. There's Niklaus behind Eris Netta. Muffin, her current target for the top 5. It's a very big field here today. 10 cars. 11 entries to T7 Jake. That's a good looking exit for Eris. She does not slide through the final turn. It looks like she'll be going faster than Muffin into turn number 1. Here she goes. Muffin gonna go a little bit faster on the exit, but Eris has that exit. Niklaus find the 2 lap cars to get through him. 3 wide with the lap cars. Meanwhile, Gohan's been holding a very consistent race. Full domination, but Eris side by side with Muffin. Into turn 1 we go. Eris is going to take the inside, goes outside. She's going to clip the wall, and that's going to cost her. But Eris closing in through the S's. Back onto the final turn. So I believe we are now with 2 laps to go in this race. Jen is clear of any issues. Niklaus is going to probably hope for Jen to make the same mistake he has any shot to change things around. We still are watching the battle there going on for the 5th place spot between the 2 lap cars, Eris Netta and Muffin. The white flag is now in the air for Gohan. He's making his way through the S's one last time. He's got a clear track behind him. He's going to make his way through the lap car. Clear track in front of him now. And pretty much nothing to worry about. Watching the battle going on. But our first place finisher, our winner, is going to be Gohan. 131 across the line. Twin Turbo V sits in 2nd. 10th is going to go to Mr. Drag Racer. If you could pull off into the pit lane, that'd be appreciated. Now, how about that battle for the for the top 5? We get our podium to continue on, but everyone else to head to the pit lane. Muffin is going to get at the line. Eris Netta is going to cross behind them in 6th place. If we could get everyone except for our top 3 to the podium, up there in the front stretch, everyone to the pit lane would be greatly appreciated. Muffin's going to move up. Muffin, if you could move. Muffin, your race is done. Muffin, your race is done. Alright. And there's our top 3. They cut through the short chute. Again, our winner is Gohan, 131. Twin Turbo V sits 2nd place. Jen is the 3rd place finisher. Unfortunately, the countryman Niklaus is going to be coming home in 4th. That leaves us with Gohan to win it. 2nd to Twin, 3rd to Jen. we could have second place lineup like here, and then third like here. Or actually, first line up here. Second, if you could move a little bit back behind the leader, about half a car length, and then Jen about a car length behind. Just stand in front of the cars. So let's get our winners out. All right. Let me join this photo. So we're going to be doing our interviews as soon as we can. We'll try to get as many people as we can. We got 12 minutes until the deadline is through, but however, given the Nets class running being stock I4, we'll give you some leeway time. Gohan here winning the MITS car feature. A great job. You did not start in first, however, you did run a very consistent race, managed to pass Twin, and from there, you just held the lead. So what happened in your eyes, Gohan?
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know if you remember in the DGS chat, I was talking to Guillermo about just getting into trying like GT3 leagues and just doing track way more. And I was spending a lot of time in the IMRP, right? And I guess doing that a lot just helped my consistency, because before my consistency was pretty shit. And the like I'll be doing good one lap and then drop pace, that lose like a whole second on another. So then I think spending way more track on GT3 really helped on the consistency, because like I saw a Twin like closing the gap, so I'm like, okay, I'm losing time, but if I just stayed on the line, then I could probably hold them off to for the rest of the race, because I already knew it wasn't gonna go faster than them. So I just wanted to stay on one line, just hope for the best. They want to close the gap in time, and then I randomly dropped a 35. So then like near the end of the race, and I think I gained some time on them near the end, and I just held out. I just held out until the end, really. But yeah, to win, he's still no matter how much track I do, he's still gonna be scary either way. So yeah.
Well, threat or intimidation does not seem to phase you today. Again, still a fantastic win. A winner chicken dinner situation there for DGS. So, good job there. Technically, Project Lean, but...
Bro, I want to leave this team, dude. Like, I'm the only one on this team.
We'll count you as DGS. We'll count you as DGS. I got a DGS car you can take over in the future if you want, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Let me drive the DGS car. Also, bro, where's the Rock Spa livery, bro? I've been waiting for like 3 weeks.
I know. I need to do that. I'm so sorry. I was gonna talk about that beforehand.
If you're lazy, just say it, man.
I'm not lazy. I'm just very preoccupied with other things.
No, you're good.
All right. Thank you there, Gohan. We're going to move on to second place finisher, Twin Turbo V6. A pretty good start, however, falling a little bit short later on. Still a top 2, a great way to finish the MITS car feature overall, especially with 10 cars. What was going on today, Twin? No interview. All right, I'll be passing down the interview. So then we have Jen. So Jen here, a lot of back and forth, some second place, some fourth place. Looks like you got a better overall finish than Nicolas, serving you home a top 3 finish, which is a pretty solid way to return to. I think it's been a little bit of a hot minute since you've done anything involving SLC, so top 3 is a pretty good way to start back up. But what do you guys say for yourself?
To be honest, I really should be up here. I was literally chilling. I was texting while driving. I was drinking water in the back straight. I was flashing my headlights at everyone. I really shouldn't be up here. My consistency is worse than me trying to bake a cake. So like, I don't know why I'm up here, but I think Nico should have got it, but I don't know what happened. After the first corner, I saw him like perpendicular to the tire wall, and I didn't know what happened. My guess is that he clipped the curb and then he just went 90 degrees into the wall, which happened to me, but I was able to recover it. But I guess he got like a really bad one. So that's why I saw him crashed. So I just made sure that in the chat I said like he crashed, the most janky way possible, but he did crash. It's been a year since I raced an SLC, so I really didn't expect me to be up here. Nico asked me to race, so I was like, okay, sure. Can't say much after that. However, I'm gonna self-promo the new TD event that's about to happen soon.
Go ahead.
We got this trophy truck cross-country event that we're planning on happening. So I'm definitely gonna borrow your SLC folks if they want to participate. If you like the SNGP event I did with the F1 cars, you're gonna like stadium trucks. It's I'm using them for the wrong purposes. They're actually gonna be used in off-road, extreme terrain off-road.
On purpose. Okay.
But you know, it's gonna be fun if y'all wanna have another TD classic again. I'm gonna do a whole trailer about it and everything, custom liveries. I'm gonna give you all 2 weeks to make it. But look forward to be there. I shouldn't be here, but like, you know, racing happens. So yeah.
Podium's a podium. You get to enjoy 25 Robux after the season ends. So.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! All right. Is that all you want to say, Jen?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, thank you there, Jen. That was a pretty fun race overall. Let's see who's left. Looks like we have a couple people left. There's also Jake, but we're gonna talk to Eris Netta here, finishing P6. Had a great, probably the best battle today out of anyone between you, Muffin, and a little bit of Lewis in the midst too. Fell a little bit short at the end, but still probably out of competition today. You were definitely having the most intense battle. So what was going on today, Eris?
Just generally that I can't drive Wallerfield very well. It's the first and last turn that catch me out a lot because they're non-formulaic turns, and I struggle a lot because the track also is very little proper braking reference. So it's kind of hard for me to find a line that I can use because I rely heavily on references, and if I don't have enough, I kind of just get lost in the track. So I was kind of all over the place. I was getting lines that worked, and then I was getting ones that didn't. So I was kind of just flailing my arms all around the place, trying to do something that worked. Didn't really get there because I lost the battle. But the back and forth between Muffin and I was pretty extensive for a very long amount of time. It was fun.
All right.
I don't really know much more. It was like a race, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to get properly good at Wallerfield. I was busy setting a couple cars up, so I didn't have time to hop in and do proper practice. So I kind of just had to cope with what I brought upon myself.
All right.
But yeah, that's really it. Don't have much more that I can say.
Thank you, Eris, for turning out to race today. Regardless, it was still probably the most entertaining battle between you and Muffin. So I'll give you that. Thanks for that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is still around. We have Mr. Drag Racer and Jake. So
Rob, I have a request. Can you give me sword real quick and then teleport me to Twin?
Nurse Twin.
I just need a sword and can you teleport me to Twin?
I'll give you fly perms. He's kind of driving around in your car. He's over there in turn 1. Yeah, fun.
Come here, Canadian!
Come here, Canadian! Okay. Anyways, Drag Racer here. First race, kind of just ran through, got some experience. I don't know what you really have to say at it. I couldn't really tell what's going on. But if there's anything you want to say, I believe you have been unmuted, or you can use the chat if you prefer.
Bro, why does he have Gamma A just blew me up?
I don't think he's saying anything. So, T7 Jake, our pace car driver. Jesus. T7 Jake, are you there? Alright, I sound like a schizo. So, that is going to wrap up Wallerfield for today. However, we do have 2 more racing sessions. However, there's 3 more races today. We got back-to-back racing with ASC, Fox Bodies, and the Stock I4. Stock I4 is going to be the opening feature. Again, we're going to be back to Plymouth in Indiana. This time it'll be in the daytime. It's going to be pretty cold. The fall, of course. But it's going to be the Stock I4s first. Then we go to the Fox Bodies. That'll be at 12 in just an hour from now. We'll be running practice in the meanwhile. Both those classes are pretty much open to anyone that wants to race them. They're they're pretty plain cars, but they're pretty fun. Entry level. There's a nuke going off. Later today at 7 p.m. we're going to be doing SLCRA midgets at Plymouth Motor Speedway to close off the oval part of the weekend. Tomorrow we go back to Wallerfield at 12 p.m. to do the Formula Micros for I think it's a 40 or 45 lap race. I'll check that real quickly. 40 laps. Again, Stock I4 is going to be doing a 25 lap race, and then immediately after will be a 30 lap Fox Body race. Midgets are going to be 40 laps on the oval. So, see you guys there. That's really going to wrap it up for now, though. But we'll be back in an hour.